Okay, we got Rasposo playing Pistil in the reds. Up against Sigma. Playing Zawan in the turquoise, kind of teal color. And we have both players taking place on Mystic Grotto, one of the new Fog of War maps. I've been really enjoying the games we've been seeing on this so far. Pretty standard map, it's got the double barracks. It does have a port in the back so you can build merfolk and barges. We've seen some of those and frogs.
Was there a misclick, or did that village not get captured? Yeah, I mean, sorry, was there a visual thing or a misclick? Oh, yeah, no, the Rasposo forgot to capture the village. And did it again. Uh-oh.
Huh. Thing.
Yeah, I think Rasposo misclicked on capping the village and then just kind of forgot to cap it later.
Right. Hopefully that's not too big a deal.
Well, it's a fog game. You know, anything could happen. There we go. Now it's captured. Now it's captured.
Yeah.
So
200 golds. Bit of an issue actually. There could be like a mage coming out this turn or something. I don't know what happened. Okay, we get a big commander heal though.
playable. It's playable.
It's fine. They're just giving their opponent a slight advantage. So.
Yeah, little handicap.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna see the first light come out here from Sigma.
A fog is really awkward for Pistil because you want to know what you're grooving, right? I feel like Pistil might actually be worse in fog.
Oh,
because
you have not seen the last game on this map before we had a Pistil though, where it turned out Pistil in fog is actually pretty good because you can just hit lots of stuff.
It depends, right? Because, like, on the one hand, you might hit the goober blob and just completely destroy the enemy army. But on the other hand, you might just get yourself killed.
True. I think it comes down to, like, if you have the information you need. Ooh.
Nice find.
Yeah. See that go down. And, ooh, that's actually setting up a sword crit for next turn. So that's really nice. Sword crit and capture even. Oof. I suppose off to a good start. I know they missed that village capture, but it's doing okay. And yeah, just not gonna try and capture this village. They're just like, not really worth going for.
I think the difference here, yeah, Pistil picking off the sword is a big difference because that's some really nice unit count advantage early on.
But one thing we've seen Pistil do on this map before is like commander pressure on the stronghold's quite high, and Pistil was able to just kind of walk down, groove near the stronghold, hit the stronghold with groove, even though everything was out of fog, or in fog even. Out of light, I should have said. And was able to just kill the stronghold pretty quickly. Ooh, yeah, we see a frog come out early from Rasposo. One chat getting very excited for that right now. Frogs, of course, very strong on Fog of War. Just because your ability to attack with a unit that would otherwise put it in a very vulnerable place and then pull it back into safety and then pull it out of your opponent's vision is also very important. And you can also do things like just hearing a frog like moving around on the opponent's side of the map is very scary because all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have to prepare for the fact that a frog pull can come from any front. And obviously, like, you hear it for a couple turns at first, and you're like, okay, I kind of roughly know where it is, but the longer the game goes on and the more turns that pass without you knowing where the frog is, the more options the frog has of being able to pull.
I like how the flamingo is really good at taking the mountain tile.
Oh, just for like the extra vision?
Yeah, because it doesn't have to spend movement to get there, so it's very handy.
Yeah, it's not quite as good as like having a frog on a mountain. Oh, not a frog on a mountain. A dog on a mountain, I should say, sorry. But it is very strong. Being able to like get up on that mountain very quickly. Okay, Zigma, just continue to reinforcements. I think there's a couple more dogs up. A lot of vision here, so they know exactly what their opponent has as far as like enemy forces. And I actually wonder, you know, do you go in with Zawan here? I guess you
No.
can't see that sword. You know it's there, but you can't actually attack it.
So here's the problem. Zawan has not found Pistil's Knight yet. And the reason is because Pistil's Knight was a little bit delayed. So Zawan is like, oh my goodness, there's an army of knights waiting to ambush me. In reality, the knight was just delayed because Pistil missed that early village, missed 200 gold, so the night timing got messed up. But now the knights are coming up, and there is actually one waiting in ambush. Not enough to kill Zawan, but Zawan doesn't know that. So that's kind of why you wouldn't go in there. It's more likely that there's an ambush rather than your opponent forgot to capture a village.
Oh, I guess at this point you also know there's a frog, which could mean anything could happen, so...
Yeah?
That is, if you put one of your units, or actually, you can put one of your own units and just pull that into the enemy commander to do damage. So it's like a flat 20% damage, even if you don't pull like a unit out of position or anything. And, ooh, I like this sneaky.
love that.
Oh, that was such a good maneuver actually. And oh, we're seeing Zawan with Groove. Gonna pop this here one. And that's just for extra scouting and extra walling. Ooh, these knights would have been in a good position to do some damage here, but the Groove is going to block them. And I love the vine on the mountain. It gives vision, and it also prevents the opponent from using that tile.
Oh wait, what would happen if the flamingo was ambushed when it did that sneaky thing? Just think about it, it can't stand in the water.
I actually don't know. Would you just die?
I thought they made it so that if you get ambushed, you teleport back, but for the flamingo, did they account for that?
Okay, Flamingo will stand on the last valid tile, according to chat. So it would just go back a little bit.
That's interesting.
We're seeing that would just hit this village, just try and do a little bit of damage, maybe try and build a little bit of economy. Something interesting actually here is that the frog is really doing good work against these vines. You know, like having the vine blocking the mountain, for example. The frog is actually able to just yoink it off of the mountain and put it on a more easy to kill tile. We're going to see a lot of work come out of this frog. And ooh, I would have thought the sword would have killed there. Spear, I guess, on a little bit more high health than I gave it credit for.
We'll probably talk about this in the podcast, but I totally agree with Sequoia's tier list.
Okay. Is Pistil high on it?
Yes. I have had Pistil in the #1 slot since day one. That has not changed. The only thing that has changed is people are starting to agree with me now.
I think that's fair. I mean, I guess Volder got nerfed as well, and that was...
That's true. That was a big component of it.
The Pistil definitely benefiting from other commanders getting brought down a bit. I do think Zawan is also up there, though. I think...
Yeah. All the pro players have been saying player ban Zawan.
Ooh. We see Zigma just going straight in. Really wants to
It's a
put
choice.
pressure on this stronghold. And I don't know, there isn't that much army left.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, but I guess, yeah, they're just going to go and they're going to clear units. They do have like a bunch of options. You have Mage could capture the village. Interesting choice.
the choice of the pike not attacking the sword to avoid creating suicides means that Zigma's at least a little worried about lethal potential here.
I would have thought you would kill the spear though, just for safety, because now we have spear crit suicide. And I think there's lethal regardless. What's that, like 89%? Yeah. Will this spear suicide? It's very close. But yeah, it does. Ooh, 80%. And oh, we're seeing the pistol setup.
The pistol conga line. Let's go.
Oh, that's gonna hit so much of the enemy army. Oh, and quite a lot of hers as well. Oof. Catches the frog. Does a lot of damage to that frog actually. Oh, but the frog does so much damage.
Pike gets taken down. Yeah, that's super GG.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, that was a very bold tactic by Sigma. I gotta give Rasposo credit. This was a very well done lethal.
It was. And that's a huge amount of overkill as well. It's like 26% or something. More damage than needed. And I don't quite know why Sigma felt so much pressure to go in. Like, they were doing quite well on economy. They just, like...
It's not always about pressure. Like, in this, I would consider going in too in this situation. The reason is, you might be able to win the game. From what Sigma saw so far, it didn't look like there was a lot of defense because they were getting really good vision, but never spotted those knights. And they figured they had vines. Their commander could, at worst, be harassed a lot, but they'd go up on unit count, scare the heck out of Rasposo, force them to retreat on some fronts, back up, heal Greenfinger, and then be in an even better position. Or just win outright. But I don't think the risk was worth it. But I could see this being a strong play if lethal was not on the table.
I just think that's way too risky. But, like, we can agree to disagree on that. Like, yeah, like, I mean, you know the frog's there as well because it pulled one of the vines. So... And, like, your opponent has a bunch of low health units. The thing that really caught me, though, was, like, the mage didn't kill that spear. I think if it had killed the spear, that would have been a much tougher lethal to get.
Wait. Frogs can pull vines?
Yeah, it happened in that game.
I missed that, apparently. Wow, I thought they were coded as structures.
They have structure health, but they can be pulled.
Oh. Interesting.
Frogs open up so much in this game. They really do.
I need to change my allegory, the Treb and the frog. Like the Treb gets on the frog back. So the Treb asks the frog to pull it across the map, and then the Trebuchet breaks the game. And the frog says, "Why, Trebuchet? Why do you break the game?" And the frog says, "What are you talking to me about, frog? You break the game way more than I do." Well, it's the new Trebuchet and the frog allegory.
Okay. Well, for now, we're going to go to the next game. That was a really fun one. I enjoyed that.